Welcome to another episode of the Quip and Convo segments. My guest has been my guest in this segment and also in the Quip Corner's Book Corner. You'll see her bio right after this. Please join us in the Quip Corner. Welcome back to the Quip and Convo segment, Mrs. R.
Good to be here. I love opportunity to converse with you because we tend to respond well to each other and we learn so much from each other. So I look forward to these opportunities that you give me to converse with you.
Thank you. You're so kind. So with, our exchange of messages, I sent you a couple of quips to choose from, and you chose Quip 76 from my third book, which, I always chuckle when I discuss any quip from this book, because the title of the book is 101 Quips and Quotes for Tweens, Teens, and 20s to Win With. And one of my girlfriends a few years ago, she had bought a copy, and she said to me, Ada, this book is not just for children, it's applicable to all of us. And the quip you chose, that's the picture for the quip, the picture at the top, or I don't think it's showing clearly, but it says, do not give up. And the quip says, don't quit. Just fit or refit yourself with grit and keep moving forward. I'll read it again. Don't quit. Just fit or refit yourself with grit and keep moving forward.
You're looking at my history, huh? So often there are times when I get involved with situations and with people, and we find that what we're doing is just not working.
Yeah.
We believe we are in the right place with the right people, but what we're doing is just not working. And your quip that says, don't quit. I said, but if I'm not doing if what I'm doing is not working, what do I do instead?
Yeah.
And just in those few words, you say, refit. So, refit with what? Where do I get it? So where would you send me if I'm going to refit?
That's a good question. And I wonder about things like that because recently I was talking with someone about something that hadn't worked. And I said to the person, do you know anyone for whom it has worked? What did that person do differently?
So we're to model other people?
Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes we're to learn from each other because no one's got all the answers.
True.
And there are times when, in learning from others, we tweak what we've learned.
Yes. Because everything that you do so well, no matter how many times I see you doing these interviews, I know I'd not be able to do it that way because that's not me. You are you. On the other hand, I know that nodding my head when someone is speaking, looking them in the eye, in this culture, in the United States, looking a person in the eye is a sign of respect.
Yes.
You're talking about fit and refit. In other cultures, looking at a person in the eye is an insult.
Yeah, agree.
So one may have to refit what one does in order to have the conversations in another culture. And that's one of the things that working with you on this international program, where your audience comes from many different cultures, learning that what works in one may not work in the other, but if our heart is right,
True.
and we are listening.
Mm-hmm.
We will learn from, as you said, someone who has done it well, and the way they may have done it may be just the difference that we need to learn to do it well. So
Yeah.
fit and refit, huh?
So you said to me, you're looking into my history. So tell me a bit. Have you had to refit or fit or just equip yourself with grit? Tell us more,
I've had
please.
to refit to fit. And in fact, one of the poems that I think you gave me the opportunity to read one of the first times we met, you were doing a program about grandparents.
Yes, I remember.
And one of the poems that I shared at that time that I'd like to share this time was about the time that my grandmother insisted that I refit because what I was doing was not working. And
Mm,
she, grandmother was a powerful woman, devoted to family and to God, best known for what she taught,
yeah.
walking the walk, not just talking the talk,
Mm,
devoted to family and to God. Grandmama got us to church weekly, walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Grandmother taught us to love by the Bible. Grandmother got us to church weekly to sing those hymns, to hear the word. Grandmother taught us to love by the Bible.
mm,
She loved it so much, she disciplined by it. Grandmother was a powerful woman, best known for what she taught, not just walking the walk, but talking the talk. And sometimes we listen to her. What are you talking about? She said, get the Bible, let's read it. What does it say? How does it help you deal with what you're dealing with day to day? I said, oh, come on, that's not Sunday school. And she says, it works during the week. And so often we had to refit. And many times it took some time.
mm. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. And it's nice to have that almost like your propeller, yeah,
Mm-hmm,
to make
mm-hmm,
you keep moving forward.
right.
I like the point about, it's not just a Sunday thing.
Yeah.
It's a daily walk, right?
It's a it's a daily walk. And one of the times I had to refit is because I tended to want to use my fists.
Mm-hmm.
And we, again, uh, you've had me on as part of your poetry things. And so often I find that I have captured moments in the
Yes.
poems. And one of them about the grit to refit is one called fist fighting.
Mm-hmm.
She had quite a temper, that Anna. Classmates and teachers couldn't stand her. When she got angry, she'd swing and hit you. Big or small, short or tall, she'd just swing around and hit you. Do not fight. It is not right. Just turn the other cheek. But grandmama, they'll tease me. I don't want to look so meek. It's not right to fight. You just run away. Meekness is strength under control, she'd say. Run away from a fight? I'd look like a fool. Flight from a fight is not cool at school. Control yourself. It's much more pleasing, even if they keep on teasing.
Mm.
But grandmama, I have to fight. Every day they tease and taunt me, saying I'm black but talk so white. So I fought and caught and was expelled from school the day before graduation. Depressed and in total desperation, saw I'd not been cool. Fighting that guy created a big mess. I cried in the mirror in my first new dress. I'd failed to stand up and failed to be strong. Grandmama was right all along. It was not right to fight with fist. I fought with fist and look what I missed. Turn the other cheek. It's okay to be meek. Meekness is strength under control. You'll have more peace within your soul. You'll stand out in the strong as strong. Yes, Grandmama was right all along. And it was through my times with her that I saw her grit, saw what she used to guide me to refit. And often enough it worked that I
Nice.
had to say, Grandmama was right.
Yeah, all along.
All along.
Yeah.
And it was that one about meekness is strength under control. Often we get in situations where we can do something,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not right to do
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
at that time. And so we come onto programs like this. We read books like your Quips book. What can I find in here that will help me address situations that even as adults,
Yeah.
we find that we have to not quit,
Yeah.
but refit. And our question is, where do we go to find valuable, useful ways to refit in ways that reflect our relationship
Yeah.
with God?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're making me think again.
But I'm really grateful for how you wove the quip, in with the poetry because it's definitely took grit for your grandma to keep at it, right?
Yes.
Because
Mhm,
sometimes parents give up too quickly, or
mhm.
grandparents are like, I've told her 2 times, I'm not, enough already, you
Right.
know.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
it's interesting that even in your grandma's case, she did not quit.
mhm. No,
She just kept
she,
moving forward and saying, no, you should not do this. You follow the Lord every day, not just on Sundays.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
just interesting to see it come to life that way.
Right. But turn the other cheek,
That's a
not
tough
me.
one.
And she's basically said, if you want to live, you'll learn
Yeah,
and
yeah,
refit.
yeah,
And having the scriptures, in my case, it's the scriptures from the Bible, and other people who may be listening, they may be getting it from another source. But some of the basic keys to any faith is doing unto others as we would have them do unto us. We
yeah,
call it the golden rule, and some people call it karma. What goes around comes around. If you don't want it, don't send it out there.
yeah.
And that's a tough refit for many of us, no matter what age we are. We
It is.
want to give so that we can get, forgetting that what we give is what we often get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thanks again for joining me in the Quip and Convo segment, Mrs. R. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take a peek behind the scenes.
Okay, so we're done. Thank you. Wasn't so painful.
No, it wasn't so painful. The thing is, when we know what we know, how often when we look back do we find out we are doing what we know to be is right? And that's
Yeah,
one of the things that the quips remind us that,
yeah,
as Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you better do better.
yeah, agreed.
So, okay, okay, all right. Thank you so much. And I
You're
look
welcome.
forward to seeing the way you master these tapes and then get them up and get them going. And thank your family for supporting you in this ministry. I appreciate it. My husband appreciates it because he gets to see me wear his earrings.
Oh, beautiful. I'm glad I could help.
Bye-bye.
Take care. God bless.
Bye.
Bye. Yes, we truly need to consider how we need to refit to fit rather than quit. I look forward to reading your comments on this video. How do you refit? Where do you go to? Or like Mrs. R's example, who in your life helps you fit and does it without quitting? Well, as I said before, I look forward to reading your comments and catching up with you again through another episode. You take care. God bless you. Bye now.